The petty tyrants in New York City have closed down schools but allowed bars to remain open. Does that make any sense to you? Me neither. And in California, a judge has ordered San Diego strip clubs to be reopened. Apparently, not being able to get a lap dance infringes on free speech. Meanwhile, California churches, though, are still fighting for the right to open their doors once again. My next guest has been a thorn in the side of California's COVID crusaders from the beginning. Pastor John MacArthur of Grace Community Church joins me now. Pastor MacArthur, it's wonderful to see you again. Tell me, how do strip clubs deserve more constitutional protections than churches at this point?
Well, thank you again, Laura. It's an honor to be with you. But let me give you the big picture. America's in a moral free fall. Just look at it as I would as a pastor. You murder the babies in the womb. If they survive the womb, you try to seduce them into transgender sexual deviation when they're young. If they survive that, you corrupt them with a godless education. If they survive that, you have divorce in the family. And if they grow to be adults, you drown them in a sea of pornography. This is a nation so far down in the sewer of immorality and wickedness that nothing surprises me. In fact, I would be shocked if a judge said, open all the churches and close all the strip clubs.
Well, the LA Times previously reported this about your church, saying coronavirus outbreak strikes LA megachurch that defied public health orders, but that ended up, of course, being not true. So tell us what really happened, because the last time we had you on, you were inspiring me because I'm a Roman Catholic, and a lot of my Catholic, churches very limited in who could go, and just kind of rolled over, at least early on. They got better as time went on. But tell me what happened there with the LA Times claim.
Well, we had 3 part-time security guards who went to some event somewhere. I guess they were checked and tested positive for whatever that's worth. These were 3 part-time security guards. None of them was ill, and within a few days they were back at work. A Times writer picked up on that and called it an outbreak at Grace Community Church, and they said about me that I had mocked COVID and I was getting my due. As it turned out, 10 days later, the health department came by the church and said there's no evidence of any COVID here at all. They sent us a letter and said you were removed from our website as having had any outbreak at all. So we're talking about 6,000-7,000 people have been in church for months, Sunday after Sunday, no one ill, no one in the hospital, and no one dies. We're like a living illustration of the narrative of COVID being a lie.
Well, Pastor, I actually think seeing Gavin Newsom, at that swanky restaurant, with his friends, no masks on, they're all close together. It's more than hypocrisy. That's the easy thing to say. To me, it speaks to he doesn't really believe what he's saying about COVID. I mean, if he thought it was as deadly to him, he's good shape, he's relatively young, and to his young friends, then, is he insane? He's putting them all in mortal danger. So I think it speaks to his not really believing some of what he's saying.
Well, of course, because the statistics are in. 99% of the people in California are not going to have any effect from COVID. We know those statistics. So what is going on? A little bit of history, just a quick run through history. Go all the way back to Julius Caesar, go to Napoleon, come into the modern era, every revolution, including Hitler's revolution and the revolution in Russia, every revolution took place in a time when the powers of the people in authority were enlarged because of a supposed emergency. Power-hungry people are using this emergency to gain greater power. This is historic. This is nothing new. And if people don't fight back, they're going to fall victim to whatever the intention of this revolution is.
Pastor, thank you for staying open. Thank you for fighting for the truth of the gospel. We really, really appreciate it. And